So Advisar is easier. Where do I start? There are so many aspects of the door buying experience that we know from our research have been painful.
We were finding that when we would talk to contractors, they would steer away from doing a door project because it was such a pain.
Before Advisar, I was not excited about purchasing doors because it was a trying process.
Different parts of a supply chain and a glass component here and hinges there.
We had a lot of catalogs or websites.
I actually put together a spreadsheet because it was so difficult with having to price out every individual part.
We would go to a supplier house or a supplier.
Various showrooms I would send people to.
Sometimes those reps don't always come around, or they don't show you the attention that you need, especially if you're mid-project and something comes up.
They would ask us a series of questions and then they would get back to us sometimes.
Some companies would offer a wonderful door, but that's such limited options. Other companies that had great options had a very limited quality door.
Then your order, once you took it back to your customer, was, 4 to 6 weeks out.
Getting a product that's not finished and you're finishing it out in the field, the quality of that finish is really going to depend on the person doing that painting or staining.
The putty or whatever you want to call it that's around the frame that held the window would ooze out more and more and more.
It was difficult.
That was one of the reasons we started Advisar, because it's a really cool project that can make a huge impact on your home, but it was hard to do, so we had to come up with a way to make that easier.
Advisar saves a lot of time and energy, both from the door buying process and not having to go through quotes back and forth with various vendors in different parts of the supply chain, all the way down to the installation process.
We're able to go in and just show them quickly types of selections and the types of doors in a real simple, fast format.
Other fiberglass door suppliers, you can get the paint color figured out, but then you have to do something about the hardware. So Advisar makes it an all-in-one stop.
Within a minute, you can design a door, a few minutes, right? And then be able to have the exact cost of what it's going to be right on the spot.
The fact that you get your price online and it's instant is a fantastic tool for us to use to help the customer with knowing how much they're going to spend way before anybody else can get them a price.
It's so simplified and direct that I am able to build that door with the customer or over the phone with the customer if they can't be present. And by the end of it, we're both looking at the same number. And that is huge.
Last week, I was with one of our clients and it was sitting next to me, and he went through the door buying process.
They placed the order in under 5 minutes. Door was delivered in 5 days. Installation happened on day 8.
And he looked at me at the end of this thing and he said, "Dave, where have you been all my life? This is so much easier now than what I had to go through and filling out papers and sending emails of the quotes, waiting for the feedback. You've made my life easier."
That whole process, all those pieces and parts of getting the price, selecting the door, getting it delivered, we just try and simplify that whole process because there's no need for it to be that difficult.
You're dealing with one company and we're there to make sure that that's a seamless and integrated process.